Arion neighborhood. Oh, what's good? What's good? Like, subscribe, share. So, like in my previous videos, in my last couple of videos, I was talking about, soul ties and, but I want to go more in depth into like signs, and the reason why it's not okay is because, see, like, let's just start with the women. My fellas, I'm gonna get on y'all too. You know what I mean? For real. Because I ain't no sexist over here. I see it in both male and women, and I've been there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you're a woman, you're gonna show all these different personalities. If your name, like I said, if your name is Brittany, at 3 you're Brittany, and then because you haven't been delivered, God hasn't delivered you, and you've been living out here like the world says, YOLO, or whatever a man can do, I can do, and if I can have multiple men, all this and that. That's why at 4 p.m., now you're taking on the traits of the personality of Danny, and then at 5, you're taking on the traits of Emmanuel, and then at 6, Luis, and then 7, Dante. You know what I'm saying? Now you're ready to argue and fight like Dante, and now you're ready to riot like Bruce, and now you're ready to argue and complain, and then at 9 p.m. You're back at Brittany, you know what I'm saying, or Kim, if that's your name or something like that, and if the shoe fits, wear it. But the thing is it's not the diss or anything like that. It's just steps for deliverance, just especially because, like, the thing is, if you 15, if you're in your teens and then you're in your early 20s, a lot of times you want to live out here, you want to get the best of the world, you want to be a player too, you want to be a pimp too, like, man. And I'm gonna get on the man too, but the thing is I'm giving you this wisdom because you want to stop doing that, because by the time you're 30, in your 40s, and your 50s, you want to settle down, and it's going to be hard for you to find a good man. um, uh, or find a man that, because you can find an Ahab, you can find somebody that you can boss over. That's why on Monday you want a strong man that'll take care of you, a strong man that's really good, might be good in the bed, and then on Tuesday, you mad at that man that's good in the bed because he don't have enough money to support you, and then on Wednesday, you want to be the woman, the head of the house. You know what I'm saying? On Thursday, you want somebody to take care of you. On Friday, you want to take care of the man, and on Saturday, you want to go out with your girls and you want to be free for the world, or see what else the world has to offer and stuff like that. And that's just because of all them soul ties, y'all. You know what I'm saying, ladies. That's all them soul ties. And the thing is, it's gonna come back and bite you, because I've seen it. I've been around so many women, and I'm not mentioning no names or nothing like that, but I've been around a lot of people. You know what I mean? And a lot of women of all ages, especially coming from the streets and stuff like that. So I would be around people of all ages. You know what I'm saying? And you want to. What I'm trying to say is, you want to save yourself. You want to be able to look. You want to be able to ask God for wisdom and get deliverance early, because from that worldliness. You know what I'm saying? From doing things just like your homegirls, or if I want to save you from getting bitter at men, because you're eventually going to want to settle down. But by the time you get to your 30s and your 40s, you got so much DNA inside you, you're going to end up saying stuff like, there ain't no good man out there, and which is a lie, or all these men ain't worth nothing. Men ain't worth nothing. All these dudes are scandalous and all this and that, or where the good man at? You're gonna start saying stuff like that, and that's because you played the game when you was young. You know what I'm saying? In your 20s and your 30s, women, especially women, y'all prime is really in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Us men, we start entering our prime in our 30s. That's just somehow, because I mean, it's been scientifically proven that men develop a little bit of maturity spiritually and emotionally. We develop maturity around the age of 27, 28. But y'all are, but I've seen a lot of women more mature and handle responsibilities, have jobs, or a couple different jobs, and serious about it, from their late teens until their early 20s, and stuff like that. So if you want to play, there's consequences. You're going to reap a bad harvest if you play that game of, I can do what men do, or sleep around and have 2 or 3 partners, and use one for this, use one for being in bed, one for their money and all this and that. But the thing is, by the time you get 30 and 40, you're gonna start being upset and get bitter and start saying, "Where the good man at?" You see what I mean? And then let's flip the side, my fellas. Y'all gonna start, when you're sleeping around. That's why if your name is Dante, you're Dante at 3, but then at 4, when the situation get hectic or it comes down, now you're not loyal. You're loyal, and then you're not loyal. You're loyal at 3 p.m. At 4 p.m. you're not loyal. On Monday, bros over O's. On Tuesday, O's over bros. You know what I'm saying? Just you're not stable. Just too double mindedness. Yeah, I'm your friend on Wednesday, but then on Friday, you forgot everything you said to me. Oh, I'm always be there for you, dog. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? I'm just holler anytime. And then on Friday, when I holler at you and do that, or someone holler at you and do what you just said that you was there for, now you're not there. Now, you know what I mean? You don't know if you want to wear the pants in the relationship, or if you want to give it to your girl. You don't know if you want a strong woman or a business woman, or you want a hood rat. So it goes both ways. I'm getting on you too, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because I love you both. You know what I mean? And then if you continue that stuff, you're gonna end up having child support, 2 or 3 baby mamas, becoming bitter at men, saying, O's ain't it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ish, and all this and that. You know what I mean? And then same thing. By the time you get 20, by the time you get your 30s and your 40s, it's gonna be hard for you to find a good woman that you'll help a good helpmeet, because you impact up all these baby mamas, and you've been sleeping around and playing that pimp role and that player role. You know what I mean? So then both on both sexes, y'all end up just settling. For the women's side, I'll just take somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'll just get somebody. And then on the men's side, you might say, I ain't gonna get married. I ain't gonna get married. You know what I mean? And so all that's gonna do, and it's create more self. All that is doing is really selfishness, because those baby mamas, those kids that you have from the baby mamas, they don't have no good role model to look up to. And so it's just going to continue that generational curse of sleeping around. They're going to think it's okay, or you might end up hating women and just getting with men. You never know. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you can never say never until you backed up into that corner. You know what I mean? And you place in certain situations and stuff like that. So really, your decisions basically you make today is what's going to determine tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You're going to reap a bad harvest doing either sex. I don't think it's not right for either sex. I'm not just coming down on the women, and I'm not just coming down on the men. Either way, it's not good. I've already seen it. I've been there, and you end up, and if you get serious, you're going to end up having to cry out to the Lord, and so certain steps, so you can break it, but I suggest we do it early. Let's do it before we enter our 30s. Let's do it before we enter our 40s, men and women, so you can get a good man, so you can get a good woman. You know what I mean? And stop generational curses, and stop destroying your kids' lives, because that's what you end up doing when you're doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Finding babysitters and stuff like that. I've been there. You know what I mean? Finding babysitters. You don't know what the babysitters are doing to your kids. You don't, your friends. You don't know how your friends is talking down on your kids and stuff like that. Just creating trauma. And then the kids outside doing this and that, or might get killed in the street because they ain't getting no attention at home. Mom over here don't like each other. Dad over here don't like each other, because you got all these different baby mamas and all these different baby daddies. You see what I'm saying? So this is for people who want help, and I ask and I pray that that the Lord would touch you and create you a new mind and clean heart, so you can see how your actions affect others. You see what I'm saying? And it's simply, you can just do that by just crying out to the Lord, asking Him to change you in your secret place. Keep it real. I always say keep it real with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do it with other people, but just say, Lord, yeah, I'll be acting like I like this stuff, but Lord, please get me away from this. You know what I'm saying? Please help me, so I don't continue to destroy generations and stuff like that. You see what I mean? So I don't, I don't continue to destroy my life and maybe my kids' life, because you're not gonna see it right then and there, but you reap what you sow, and you don't know when that's going to come upon you. It's just everything's just going to hit the fan, or everything's just going to everything's just going to pile up on the desk. You see what I'm saying? As far as you're going to reap a good harvest or a bad harvest based on your actions that you take. You get what I'm saying? And I've been one of those. I've been one of those folks that I've seen. You know what I mean? I've lost cast down my age and stuff like that, and almost lost my life plenty of times because of actions that I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying, right? But I've seen folks lose their kids lose their life and backed up in the corner and not have good resources. All they have is bad role models to look up to because of the actions that their parents took. You see what I'm saying? And so, you wonder why your kids just out there and all this and that and around all the thugs and the gang members. Well, you got to look at what you were doing too, because the apple don't fall too far from the tree until you meet the Lord. I agree with that statement until you get saved. That's not the same thing. Jesus changes you into something different. He gives you a whole new life. You know what I'm saying? A whole new perspective at life. The first thing you want to do when you meet the Lord is change from your ways, and then you want to change the trajectory of your family. If nobody's married and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's best to just ask God. I'm just saying it's capable to get that all that lust out your heart. Yeah, and I'm a witness, and just want to get a one man and one woman and be patient enough to wait on that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your ups and downs and days where you might be lustful or whatever, and you feel that pull, which is just the devil maybe pulling you back, and those familiar spirits trying to pull you back into them old ways. But you press forward. You know what I'm saying? You press forward with the Lord and ask Him for your help. I believe if you don't know nothing, no other prayer to pray, you just say, Lord, help me. You know what I'm saying? And be serious about it. He can't deny himself. You know what I'm saying? And so, sometimes we have to make decisions and not compromises, but sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what we really want. You know what I'm saying? Right? What we really want for the betterment of our future, for the betterment of our kids and our family's future. You see what I'm saying? So I hope this helps. It's not to diss anybody, but those are certain traits. You know what I'm saying? For a man, like I said, let me just recap. For a man, one day you're loyal, next day you're not. You there for your partners one day, you there for your girl one day, then you're not. You know what I'm saying? Just double-minded is never stable. You know what I'm saying? And until it gets to a point where you just cry wolf and nobody can believe what you say, because you're not really being a man of your word. You know what I mean? I've been there. For the woman, 1 minute you're a woman, one minute your personality is a man. You know what I'm saying? Although you got the body parts of a woman, but you start thinking like a man. I gotta get all this money. I gotta get the money. Gotta get the money. Gotta get the money. And so get money for a woman. You know what I mean? Provide, but at the same time, I'm here to preach regardless, what the word of God says, and to go back to the traditional way, 1 man, 1 woman, you know what I'm saying? 100% partnership, not 50-50 or not 25-75 and then 35-65 and all this and that, you know what I'm saying? So on either side. So I hope this helps, and I gave some steps on what you can do, and what you have to do is you have to go into consecration, you know what I'm saying? And what does that mean? That means pulling away, asking Lord to help you to get that lust out your heart. You know what I'm saying? The unhealthy desires to have multiple partners and stuff like that, and He'll begin to do it. I mean, this gospel stuff is not as hard as people make it seem, or you might think it is. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be truthful and mean it with the Lord, and because He says worship Him in spirit and truth. So if you truthful, He's gonna get to working on you. But if you playing games with Him, you know what I'm saying, He's gonna half butt it too. Don't get mad at the Lord if He only does a little bit of deliverance, if He only shows up a little bit because you're not serious. You know what I'm saying? So this is for people that want to get serious, and I pray those that ain't, that you stop playing Russian roulette with your life. In Jesus' name. I hope this helps. Ariana Abraham, let's get it.